What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 1 of Audio Talk Wrestling. My name is Jonathan. I'm joined here by my awesome co-host, Thomas, and we're here today to talk about the Summerslam pay-per-view that happened yesterday. How you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Ready to talk about last night's pay-per-view. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited about it. It was a pretty rough start, but we got there at the end of the second half there. But, yeah, let's get right into the pre-show. So, pre-show, it is what it is. It's a pre-show, man. The matches go as follows. We had The Miz defeating the Hardys and Jason Jordan, along with the Miztourage. Neville won the Cruiserweight title back from Tozawa, and the Usos won their title back from the New Day. So, all the titles got changed in the pre-show. What are your thoughts on that?
Nothing really to expect from, The Miz and the Miztourage versus the Hardys and Jason Jordan. That's just kind of some off to the side stuff. And really the Cruiserweight Championship as well. I don't understand why Tozawa won it on Monday just to lose it again at SummerSlam. Doesn't make any sense. The Usos and the New Day always go out there and they kill it. To be honest, couldn't have cared less who won that match because both of those teams are really great competitors and both of them deserve a tag team title. So that's about all I got to say for the pre-show.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Usos and the New Day goes, I don't care who holds the title. It's just in this circumstance, I was kind of pulling for the New Day because I really don't like this thing that WWE is doing now with the whole hot potato thing that they're doing with the titles. They did it with the U.S. title. Now they're doing it with the tag titles. I need
Cruiserweight, apparently.
Yeah, now, Cruiserweights, too. I mean, you flip-flop. Poor Tozawa didn't have the title for a week. You can't build talent like that, in my opinion. You got to put the belt on someone and let your champion roll with it. That's the whole purpose of having a title. But, I mean, it's whatever. The matches were decent. It's the pre-show, man. It doesn't matter that much. But that being said, we'll go ahead and get into what everyone's waiting for. The main card, the big SummerSlam 4-hour special. Been hyped up for a month, man. And we started off strong with Baron Corbin versus John Cena. And, bro, let me tell you something. We have just witnessed the death of a young man's career.
Yes, we have. Baron Corbin's career is officially over, and this right here was my worst match of the night because a lot was at stake for Baron Corbin. Obviously, after watching this past week's SmackDown, him cashing in and losing the match to Jinder Mahal, Vince McMahon just killed Baron Corbin, and the only way to make up just a little bit for that was for Baron Corbin to beat the living crap out of John Cena. And it didn't happen, obviously, but halfway through the match, it didn't even seem as if Baron was even trying.
Exactly.
It made no sense. It's just he was just told to go out there and do his normal thing.
Yeah, the match itself was awful. I mean, the only thing, and this, it wouldn't have even saved him. I don't like all the comments that are like, oh, Baron could have a good match with Cena at SummerSlam. It could turn things around. There was no turning this around, all right? Baron Corbin's career ended on SmackDown. Let's make that official. But SummerSlam, this put the final nail in the coffin, okay? This was disgusting. The only way that this would have even made sense from a booking standpoint is if Baron Corbin literally beat John Cena to an inch of his life, and that didn't happen. He didn't even, it was one-sided. Baron Corbin wasn't aggressive. He didn't get any good spots in the match. This was pretty much Cena's show. And my question is, with Cena going to film the Transformers movie, and from what rumors say, going over to Raw in the next couple of weeks, what was the point in giving him the win? Cena does not need this win, okay? That is what pisses me off the most about Vince McMahon, is that you give these part-timers the rubs on big pay-per-views when you have young talent sitting in the locker room begging to be pushed, and they get shafted every time. I don't understand it. If Cena's not going to be on SmackDown next week, why does he need to get the dub at the pay-per-view? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mysteries of Vince McMahon, dude. I couldn't tell you, dude. It's retarded, but, Vince McMahon has a mind of his own, and honestly, it's getting on my nerves, but, we're just going to roll with it, dude. Baron Corbin, he's dead. Completely over.
I just can't for the life of me understand why you would put the briefcase on Baron Corbin, having that be a decision beforehand to put the briefcase on him. You had all those people you could have chose for him. You could have gave it to Nakamura, could have gave it to Kevin Owens. No, you gave it to Corbin, and that is a sign that he's going to be the future champion, and he doesn't get it done. And not only does he not get it done, he gets buried the next day at the pay-per-view. I don't know what happened with Baron Corbin. The only thing that I can say is that I hope for the love of God that this wasn't the intended booking decision from the start, from the get-go. If this was decided months ago, then they need to fire their entire writing team and from creative, because that is disgusting. Horrible booking.
Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Makes no.
Well, moving on to the next garbage match of the night, we had Naomi versus Natalya, which, why is this match in existence? I don't know, dude. Why is Natalya at SummerSlam?
Why is Natalya still in the business? I mean, nobody really knows, dude. It's just like, yeah, so nobody really was expecting Natalya to win, and if she did, a lot of people were expecting Carmella to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase last night, and that didn't really happen. So Natalya just kind of walked away with the title. So I don't know what they're gonna do with her. I don't know why they're doing things with her, but congrats, Natalya, on beating Naomi. Like, I don't know really what to say about that.
I don't either. I was shocked watching that. It didn't make any sense to me. I was really expecting the Carmella cash-in. In fact, my original SummerSlam prediction was a double cash-in from Corbin and Carmella. But obviously that didn't happen. So, Vince went in and threw that one out the window for me. But I can't believe Carmella didn't cash in. Not that she could have. The match wasn't good enough for anyone to be beaten down to, hint at a cash-in. But still. My only guess is that maybe in the next couple of weeks on SmackDown we'll have a cash-in, but I don't know, dude. Maybe who knows, bro? Maybe they're just giving Natalya her title run, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, the match itself was terrible though. Like, and see, this is why I just don't like Natalya to begin with. She's just not. She's trying. They put her to play the heel card, and it's just like she's not a good heel card. Like, she's just not. I don't. She doesn't fit well. I don't like her as a heel. I think. I can't really say I like her as a face either. She's annoying both ways. I mean, I just don't like Natalya as a WWE superstar. Like, I just don't like her.
To me, she's just got no charisma. The only thing she's got going for her is the Hart family pedigree.
Yeah,
and that's
it's that background.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Yeah, she's got no charisma on the mic. She's decent in the ring, but that's it. I mean, some people say that Natalya is one of the best female wrestlers as far as like in-ring talent goes. Personally, I don't see it, but that might just be because we don't get to see Natalya much. But hey, maybe WWE will change our minds now with the Natalya push with the title, dude. Can't believe it.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, this next match though, dude. Oh man.
Oh boy. Where do we even start with this monstrosity?
Oh boy. All right. So the next match is. It's a shark cage match that basically, if you guys did not see this pay-per-view, basically means that Enzo Amore is going to be hoisted above the WWE ring in a shark cage. Yes, I hope you guys are copying what I'm saying. While Enzo's former tag team partner, Big Cass, faces off against the Big Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
While he's above the ring. And let me just Enzo comes out there first, and good lord, homeboy did not shut his mouth for a solid 10 to 15 minutes, I swear, before he even touched that cage. Literally just made me want to rip my hair out, dude. So annoying.
Yeah, he talked for 20 minutes out there in the ring, and I actually have a comment about that coming up later in the show when we get to the next match. But, man, dude, he does not know when to shut up. I think it's because he knows he's not going anywhere as far as, a push goes, so he goes out there and tries to milk whatever he can get out of that mic time, but it's just not doing any wonders. I'm just so sick of seeing Enzo Amore. I was a big fan of him a month ago, and this split up with Big Cass has ruined him for me. In my opinion, they never should have split the two up. If they don't want Enzo to wrestle, that's fine. I agree with you. He's not good in the ring. But you should have just had Enzo be Cass's manager for the long run. Say he's injured. Say he broke his neck. He can't wrestle anymore. He goes around talks for Big Cass. That's fine. That's fine. And I don't think Big Cass is worthy of a push either. He's not that good.
Yeah, he's not that great in my opinion. But so yeah, the Big Show and Big Cass, they're fighting it out in the ring, and Enzo, he's doing whatever Enzo Amore does inside this little shark cage hoisted above the ring. He's dancing, he's trash talking Big Cass. He's doing all kinds of Enzo Amore things. And then the unthinkable happens. Like, WWE, like, you would think that WWE hasn't, like, okay, shark cage match.
Right.
What in the world were they thinking?
Exactly,
So,
I don't know.
So, not only do they actually go through with it, Enzo Amore starts removing an article of clothing. He takes his shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes his pants off. And inside his pants, he has baby oil. He has baby oil.
Some
And he
Vaseline,
drenches
bro.
himself in baby oil and squeezes through the shark cage bar
This match was
and
ridiculous.
jumps down in the ring and gets obliterated.
Which is a continuous trend for Enzo. I mean, that's what's been happening.
He
to
hasn't
him.
done anything. Like,
I
he
can't,
just
I
goes
can't
out
name
there-
one punch that he's landed in the last month. He all his career is now interfering in matches and getting boot smacked by Big Cass, dude. Obliterated. Every single time for a month. He's dead in the water, which is fine. But man, dude, they need to send him over to 205 Live or drop him back down to NXT or fire him or whatever. He's got all that backstage heat. No one likes him. Roman Reigns kicked him off the tour bus. He's got nothing going for him, dude.
yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, it's looking like some pretty dark days to come for Enzo Amore, but Big Cass does end up defeating the Big Show, though. Thank God, because if Big Cass somehow lost that match, then my hopes for the rest of the pay-per-view have just been lost. I mean, I had no hope when the match started, but, you know.
Same, dude. My hope was gone.
Yeah, but Big Cass, I don't know. I guess you could say it was kind of the start of a turning around. That's what you would think. And then, anyway, before the next match, if that's what you want to call it, we had a promo with Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan. And good Lord, I'm not even going to discuss that because it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, moving on, we're going to discuss Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Well, my question is, bro, what is there to discuss? Because I don't know if you realized, but you could have went to your bathroom and take a piss and come back faster than this match, dude. This thing lasted 3 minutes.
Yep.
3 minutes?
It didn't even last 3 minutes, dude.
And
Referee...
and going into this match, did you care about this match coming into it? I just want to know, did you care about Rusev versus Randy Orton? Was this something that you were concerned about coming into SummerSlam? I just want to know your opinion.
No, I didn't care at all because, like, they didn't build it up enough. This was like 2 weeks ago when this so-called rivalry began. When Rusev just came back, his second week back, and then and he starts talking all this trash, saying that nobody can beat Rusev, and then Randy Orton comes up there and he says, "Well, you haven't beaten me," and it's like, okay, this could be something, you know. And then the next week, like, Rusev just does something to Randy Orton, and then here we are at the pay-per-view. It's like, nothing even happened to make it worth caring for. Like, the rivalry itself was dead. Like,
yeah, it was dead before it started because there's no emotion behind it. There's no storytelling. You haven't given us enough time to become invested in the storyline. I hate this thing that they're doing on SmackDown where they just pop these new storylines up out of nowhere. I mean, it makes no sense. It's not how conflict works in real life. You know, that's what wrestling should be. It should be a organic circle. You know, you shouldn't have these. It should be a progression. You don't have these people come out one night and just interrupt somebody. Like, oh, you haven't beaten me. And then before you know it, we got a match at SummerSlam. And I guarantee you they're not doing anything with this. There's going to be no follow-through for Orton versus Rusev. I guarantee you. I promise you. Mark my words. This was just to have an extra match thrown onto the card for SummerSlam. And honestly, I think that the reason that this match was so short is probably because Enzo came out there and ran his mouth for 15 minutes, and they had to cut their match card down. I guarantee you that's what it was. Enzo literally talked for 15 minutes, and that's probably why we had a 3-minute match here. Although it was probably short to begin with, because again, who cared? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it wasn't even 3 minutes, dude. I mean, literally, Randy Orton came out there, and then Rusev came from behind without doing an intro or anything, and just started beating the crap out of Randy. And then they're both in the ring, and then Randy Orton gets sat up in the corner, and then the ref rings the bell. Rusev charges at Randy, and then RKO out of nowhere. There was no match whatsoever, and Randy Orton defeats Rusev. Like, what is going on right now? Like, I don't even know. Like,
I was watching this pay-per-view, and this is the moment where I said to myself, this is going to be a disaster. Because coming off of Battleground, which was one of the worst pay-per-views I have ever witnessed, I'm watching SummerSlam, and I'm seeing the same thing, dude. Pointless matches, idiotic booking, horrible wrestling, and I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, this is going to be a flop, dude. And next thing you know, the next match on the card is Sasha versus Alexa Bliss, two of the most talented women in WWE right now, for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm sitting there, I'm saying, thank you. Thank you, God, for this match. Please save this show. I said that to you. I said, please let Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss save this show, because it needed it at this point. And in my opinion, this is where things turned around for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But like, going back on the topic though, when you just mentioned that, two of the best in the business, do you think that Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss are the two best divas between Raw and SmackDown right now?
Between Raw and SmackDown, no. I think Sasha Banks is. I think she's in the top. Alexa Bliss is the top on Raw. I think if you took both shows, it would be Sasha and probably Charlotte. But that's just me. Alexa Bliss is really talented on the mic, but she can't really compete with Sasha or Charlotte when it comes to in-ring ability. But she could still put on a good match. But I wouldn't put her up there with those two.
She put up a good match last night. I mean, I was impressed.
She's talented. I just wouldn't say she's better than Charlotte or Sasha, as far as in-ring talent goes. It's the whole package.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Sasha Banks is the best in the business, or the best diva in the business, in my opinion. So, I guess like a close second, if I had to choose, I think it would be Charlotte, just for her like being really technical and stuff in the ring, and just like having that background and stuff. I haven't seen Charlotte in a good while. It's probably because her dad's in the hospital and whatnot. I can't really remember how good she is on the mic and all. And
she's good. Consistent. That's the thing about her. You can tell that she was born to do what she does. That's why I like Charlotte. In my opinion, I don't understand why she wasn't pushed for the title with Naomi. I don't know why that didn't happen. Because Charlotte was in that match with Natalya, and she lost. And I don't understand why Natalya got that push over Charlotte. Because to me, if you're going to push Naomi as a champion, and you gave Naomi a win over Charlotte, that solidifies Naomi as a good champion. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But that's off topic. We're talking about Sasha and Alexa, the match that saved SummerSlam.
For real, though.
And this was a good match. Both of them got their spots in. It was exciting. And you could really feel the energy in the crowd pumping up, too, after this. So I was really excited to see it. The finish of the match, Sasha ended up countering Alexa Bliss's move into the bank statement. And she got a tap out for the win. So Sasha Banks, our new Raw Women's Champion. What are your thoughts on that, dude? You excited for the reign of Sasha?
I am very excited for the reign of Sasha Banks. She's a 4-time champion now, which is crazy. It's just crazy, dude. She came in when, like 2015-ish, something like that. That's when she came in, I think, when the Diva Revolution started.
Yeah. And
all, and to be a 4-time champion in only a 2-year span, that's crazy, dude. That just shows the talent that Sasha Banks truly possesses, and I am extremely happy to know that Sasha Banks is champion, and I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with her next. I'm very happy for it, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. And the funny thing is this was like an out of the blue match card, because originally it was going to be Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the title, but as you know, she got injured and broke her arm or whatever, so she was not able to compete in the match. So Sasha had to take her place, which in my opinion is what they should have done from the start. I don't want to see Bayley as champion. I don't even want to see her in the title picture right now, because I'm sick of Bayley. I don't like her character right now. They need to do some rebranding on her.
Yeah.
But going into that, I'm kind of worried that now that Sasha has the belt, Bayley's going to come back and we're going to have a Sasha-Bayley rivalry, which I don't want to see because I don't like Bayley right now. But if it did lead to a Sasha heel turn, I'm completely okay with that. Because as you know, I love my Sasha Banks as a heel.
I love her
too. The
too.
only proper way to have Sasha is as a heel.
You're right. You're right. I love Sasha. I just love Sasha Banks in general, dude.
Yeah, Sasha Banks kills it every night. Hopefully, we'll see where that goes on Raw. As far as Bayley coming back or whatever, we'll see where it goes. But next match, we got the big one that came out of the blue. Also, didn't really care about this match, but hey, it was decent. Demon Balor, unleashing the beast, coming out against Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, in a singles match with no stipulation, just a normal match. But at least we got to see the Demon. Cool entrance on Finn Balor's part, right? That was cool. I really enjoyed the smoke. It's been a long time since I've seen Demon Balor. What were your thoughts on the entrance and the match in general?
Yeah, no. First, before I talk about the entrance of Demon Balor, I just want to touch up on the I didn't really care about this match either going into SummerSlam because kind of like the Randy Orton Rusev. I mean, it wasn't really built up that well. I mean, it was more built up in the Rusev and Randy rivalry, obviously, but it's just like it just wasn't built up enough, in my opinion. It didn't really get enough like showing or really anything on Raw. I mean, you had the Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt match this past Monday, and really that was about the only show that it got as far as like build up to the pay-per-view. And then really I wasn't expecting the match to be as well as it was, but yeah, anyway, the entrance though for Demon Balor was really dope because I mean, it's Demon Balor, obviously. You got the smoke and you got the heartbeat going on, and my favorite part about it was the mocking of Bray Wyatt, because Bray Wyatt would always sing, I got the whole world. Yeah. And he incorporated that into his entrance, and that was great. I loved it, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty good for the crowd too. The crowd had a huge pop when he came out, and, not only just for that, but because it's Demon Balor. I mean, who doesn't want to see Demon Balor?
Right.
Which was brought on, by the way, by the sticky acidic liquid that Bray Wyatt poured on Finn Balor on Raw. Which, in case you didn't know, fun fact, is actually because the commentators for WWE are no longer allowed to say the word blood. So, that's something. I don't know why that's a thing, but hey, it is. Acidic liquid brought on the Demon, man. Decent match overall. Finn Balor hits the sling blade, and then the coup de grace pins Bray Wyatt 1, 2, 3. He is the victor. So Finn Balor getting the dub here, which was interesting because I think our prediction, you and I had Bray Wyatt winning this to prolong the rivalry on him. So a little bit interesting there.
Yeah, no. Something I was gonna ask though, does because like I said, the match. The rivalry itself wasn't really built up, so it just kind of made me question, what exactly are they doing with Finn Balor? Does he deserve to be in this position, kind of a worthless rivalry with Bray Wyatt? I don't really understand exactly what they're doing with Finn.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that because I actually have some stuff to say about that. That is, I don't understand what they're doing with him either, and I think it comes down to a problem where Raw has so much good talent that are filled with main event capable competitors, and they get in a position where they only have one title. They have the Universal title, and you have people like Finn Balor who, everyone can't be in the title picture, and he gets stuck in a position on the mid card where he doesn't really have anyone to work with that can do him justice. I mean, you could argue that Bray Wyatt can do that, but I mean, Bray Wyatt's position right now on the roster is not the greatest. So I mean, Finn Balor is coming off of a rivalry with Elias Sampson, and I mean, who cares about Elias Sampson? That's not a main event rivalry, or even worthy of being considered that. And he's just in this stuck position in purgatory right now on the booking card where he's stuck. He's in limbo. But hopefully he'll be able to get a push coming up soon or something, because I do love my Finn Balor. But, I don't really see what else they can do, because I understand the problem with the fact that they have too many good people on that roster. You can't have everyone be pushed for a title. But, yeah. Any other thoughts on this match before we move on?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Another thing is, going on a topic about Bray Wyatt, what else can they do for Bray Wyatt? I mean, because if you look at Bray Wyatt, and ever since this gimmick started, when he came into the business really, as Bray Wyatt, he had the Wyatt family with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper and Braun Strowman and all that, and now, I mean, he doesn't have them anymore, and they just really repeat the same gimmick with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
It's just getting kind of old.
Yeah, it is. It's getting stale. He comes out there and every promo is the same. That's what I hate. Is there's no
it's the promos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And his matches are decent, but yeah, it's promos. Every time he comes out there and says the same thing, it's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo. We get it. You have a good vocabulary, but it's all bullcrap. None of it even makes sense if you think about what he's saying. And all the promos sound exactly the same, and they just kind of blend together. And he's been doing it for 3 years now. And it just gets to a point where it's like, I mean, what are you going to do? But although, now that I think about it, I do want to say this, is like, Bray Wyatt is basically like a modern day Undertaker in a sense, right? Not exactly,
right.
But if you had to compare Bray Wyatt to anyone, it would be Undertaker. He's got the scary thing going on. And if you think about Undertaker, I mean, his promos are all kind of the same. But no one ever looks at that as boring. And I think the reason that is because Undertaker was treated as a main event superstar, whereas Bray Wyatt currently is not. And you can't have someone who is so stale be cared about by an audience when you float him at the mid-card. I think the only way to make Bray Wyatt relevant in his current state without changing anything is to push him for a main event match. And really build it as that. Because Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt has the potential to be that, but they don't build it. It comes out of nowhere. It's like you said, you didn't care about this match. I wasn't emotionally invested, neither were you. No one was. It was just Demon Balor, and it was cool. It was SummerSlam.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but that's what that match was. But, yeah. That's my thoughts on Bray Wyatt in that match.
Yeah, but I was actually happy to see that match actually turn out to be what it was. It was actually a lot better than most people expected. I know it was a lot better than I expected, and stuff. But, like you said, Demon Balor hits Bray with the coup de grace, and he picks up the dub over Bray Wyatt. Anyways.
Decent match.
Yeah, decent match, dude. Anyways, moving on to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus The Bar.
Oh, man, my boys, Dean and Seth, back in action, dude. The Shield. It is back, dude. I was looking forward to this match, man. This is the best thing that they have going on Raw right now, and it was amazing. They've been teasing this. I really like the build-up for this. I like how they didn't do it right away and booked a bunch of pointless matches with the two. I like that they went back and forth. It was a nice progression. It felt more organic than the other crap that Raw does, and man, the match paid off, dude. This match was amazing. This is when I was fully on board with SummerSlam when this match happened.
Right.
It was good. This was a good match.
Yeah. So yeah, we got 2/3 of the Shield here, and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and something that as this build up came up, just kind of like clicked in my head. Not only for Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, but for the Bar as well. Would these four superstars be better off split apart and in singles competition? Because I do believe that's caused them more success. I mean, everyone except Cesaro out of the four has won a WWE title.
That's a good point. Thinking on that, I will say that at the time, at this modern time right now, I think that Rollins and Dean teaming up is fine because they have been stale in singles right now because, I mean, Dean has been feuding with The Miz for God knows how long. I mean, good Lord, that Intercontinental feud would never go away. So Rollins and Dean, the fact that they were being stale in singles, it's okay to team them up for now. But Sheamus and Cesaro, in my opinion, should not be a tag team. I don't like them as a team. I don't like their entrance. I don't like what they wear. To me, they don't work well together. And I think that those two were made to be single wrestlers. When I look at Sheamus, I don't see a tag team wrestler. Especially if you look at look at Sheamus, dude. That is a unique person. Like, he looks different than everyone else on the roster. You don't package that guy with someone else. You take him off and you let him do his own thing, because that's who Sheamus is. And Cesaro, on his in-ring ability alone, stands out from other people. He doesn't need to be stuck in tag matches. So in a general sense, to answer your question, I think all of these people are better off single as opposed to in a tag team, but in terms of Dean and Seth, for right now, I'm okay with them being a team because they've been stale. But I think as a general sense, all of these guys should be singles wrestlers as opposed to tag team. So yes, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but so these guys, they're just having a really great match, and I'm pretty sure the bar like kind of trickled it a little bit, took out one guy and then focused on one and then kind of just did repeat for most of the match, I do believe. I remember there was one part where it was, they were focusing more on Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose was he was outside of the ring, like trying to go do something, and Homeboy just ran right into a massive bro kick from Sheamus that literally knocked it, that was a really nice bro kick from Sheamus.
I felt that from
and that literally left Seth in a 1v2 for almost 10 minutes. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, real quick. Did you, this is kind of off topic, but did you see the beach ball?
Oh, yes, dude. Cesaro ain't having that, dude. He ain't having the beach ball. Homeboy literally went in the crowd, took the beach ball, ripped it up. Like, what a savage, dude.
Cesaro ain't having that beach ball, boy. You are gonna watch his match. You ain't about to play beach ball in the crowd when Cesaro's in the ring.
Yeah. Really made the crowd, dislike Cesaro even more, so that was a pretty cool part, I guess, for Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah, that was a good way for him to get some heat there playing the heel. I did like that. I like it when heels do heel things.
Yeah.
And they don't do that enough right now in WWE, so I kind of grinned, mischievous grin when Cesaro ran into the crowd and did that. That was pretty funny to me. So I enjoyed that. A little bit off topic, but yeah. So they were Seth got knocked out of the ring, or was it Dean?
It was Dean that got bro kicked, and then Seth was left in a 1v2 for almost 10 minutes. And then, like I said, it was the trickle factor that came in with Sheamus and Cesaro, and then it was like Dean Ambrose that was being more focused on than Seth Rollins. And I'll tell you, dude, Dean Ambrose is a monster, bro. He's got an insane endurance level, like a whole new level of endurance. Homeboy is taking. Remember they were doing all those top rope things? There's like the Irish Curse backbreaker, like the combo moves and stuff, and Dean would just kick out of them and stuff.
Yeah,
it was crazy, dude. Insane endurance on Dean Ambrose's part.
Yeah, it really builds up his character as the insane guy, never stops fighting, never gives up, but not in like a cheesy way like Cena, but like a crazy way. And I did like that. I will say though, dude, this match had an amazing finish. I was digging to finish this match. Here's what happens. So Seth Hurricane Rana's Cesaro off the top rope into Sheamus, who was holding Dean Ambrose. And then Seth proceeds to super kick both of them. Dean gets up and dirty deeds Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. That's the W for the Shield. And they are now your Raw Tag Team Champions. So that was a great finish.
Yeah, that right there literally was... I was just going crazy, dude, because not only was that just a crazy way to finish the match, it's just like, dude, the pay-per-view's actually getting good.
Yeah,
it's actually starting to get good. It gave me faith. It gave me hope that the last few matches were actually going to be good. And, and it just really was a great feeling to see, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose feel like they were on top of the world, back as one in the Shield and all. It was just a great sight to see. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do next with the Shield.
Yeah, same. I'll tell you what wasn't a great sight to see, though. And for the second time, might I add, Seth and Dean missed their fist bump.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
Can they get it right? Can they, not that hard.
They missed it on Raw, on the big reunite, they missed it, and now they missed it at SummerSlam. Y'all have had 1 month, a whole month, to build up this storyline, and all you had to do was touch each other's fists in the middle of the ring, and they can't do it. They have missed it.
Because they're not looking. They're not even looking.
We'll make some eye contact then. Look at it. I mean, come on.
They're like both looking the other way into the crowd and stuff, and they're just like, like stick it out, and they like miss it.
Well, they need to practice it in the locker room or something before they come out. Like, there's no excuse. They've had a month to practice that. You give me and you a month, and we'll fist bump every time without looking.
Right?
Ridiculous, dude. It's a side note though. It was a good match. This is when SummerSlam was getting good. And moving on, we have our final big 3 matches of the night.
Yes.
Next up, we had the U.S. title match, AJ Styles versus your man, Kevin Owens.
I love me some Kevin Owens, dude. Oh, he's such a good...
I know you do. With the wild card of Shane McMahon being the special guest referee. So, what did you think about this match, bro?
It was probably, besides the Fatal 4-Way, one of my most anticipated matches because we all had this prediction. I feel like as a universe that Shane McMahon was screwing somebody in this match, whether it be AJ Styles or it would be Kevin Owens. Somebody was getting screwed. that was kind of like the whole billboard of it, I guess you could say. Like, it was really anticipated because I love AJ Styles and I love Kevin Owens even more than I do AJ Styles. They're crazy in the ring. They're both good on the mic, and I would not be mad if either one of them had the title. I prefer Kevin Owens, but it's whatever. But we started off with like the promo for it all though, and I'm sorry, I have to mention it, bro. I have to mention it. But like in the promo when there was the U.S. title match on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, and Kevin Owens basically got screwed when the referee got knocked out and hurt his eye or whatever, and he didn't see Kevin's shoulder up, and Kevin went backstage and he threw a temper tantrum at Shane and Daniel and whatever, and Daniel was like, all right, I got you a referee. Yeah, and Kevin was like, who? Shane. And literally it was the funniest thing to me. I don't know why, but Kevin Owens just sits there and he goes like, Shane, he's the worst one here.
You have been laughing about that for weeks. Guys listening, y'all don't understand how funny this was for my man Thomas over here. Let me give you an analogy for what I was experiencing. Have you ever been, like, at early school, like elementary school, and you're sitting there in the lunchroom, and you just had a popsicle, and you had, like, one of those really lame jokes written on it, and you read it out loud, and there's that one kid that's laughing way too hard at that popsicle stick joke? That's you, dude. You have been dying about that one-liner from Kevin Owens. But, hey, I don't judge, man. It was funny.
It's funny, dude. And I hadn't heard it in a couple weeks, and it was on the promo. I just found it funny that they added that into the promo. Like,
Shane is the worst one here, according to Kevin Owens.
Literally made my night.
That was a good dynamic for this match because they really executed very well in this match. I will say that. I like the fact that WWE acknowledged that we knew that Shane was going to screw somebody, and they teased both angles of it in the match. That's what made this match good for me. Is the intelligence of it, is the fact that they teased which one is which one is Shane gonna screw in the match, and it was just really entertaining to watch, because I was on the edge of my seat watching this, I'm not even gonna lie, and it was good. My prediction was actually correct, so you gotta give me some props there, dude. I said it before the pay-per-view, that what happened in the match is exactly what I said, basically. I said that Shane would kind of accidentally screw over Kevin, and Kevin would get pissed about it, so they could go into a future rivalry with Kevin remaining heel and Shane being the face. So, give me about 5 points for that amazing psychic prediction there. Thank you.
I'll give you a round of applause.
Thank you, that's good enough. I'll take it.
Yeah, I kind of had the opposite. I had Shane screwing AJ over and making sort of a heel turn towards AJ and whatnot, and them going into a rivalry, which gives Kevin, my man KO, the U.S. title, and then blah, 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 blah. But now I'm actually kind of glad that AJ retained, and, Shane and Kevin Owens, they can do whatever, because I've got this vision that I think is pretty dope, and it could very well come true. As you guys know, there is this thing on SmackDown that is called the U.S. Open Challenge. That was made by my man John Cena a couple years ago, I think. I can't really remember. But anyway, AJ Styles did it a couple of times, I think. But now my prediction is that AJ Styles reopens this, either this SmackDown, I guess they can do it this week SmackDown, but And I don't know if I didn't watch NXT TakeOver. I did follow it though heavily on Twitter and whatnot, but Drew McIntyre defeated Bobby Roode for the NXT title. So I think it would be great for them to have AJ Styles reopen this US Open Challenge and bring up Bobby Roode from NXT and then have him go into a rivalry with AJ Styles. I think that would be great.
I agree with you. I actually think that that's a really, really good idea. I think that Bobby Roode is ready. I've been a fan of Bobby since he was down in Impact and TNA.
Right.
And the guy is good, man. He really is. He really did his job in NXT. And, whether he continues down there or not remains to be seen. He's definitely going to be brought up at some point, though. And the fact that he dropped the title, maybe now's the time. I don't know. It's hard to say. But if he does get brought up in that fashion, wrestling for the U.S. title against AJ, that's a great way to build some talent there, man. That is a great way to introduce him to the roster. And he could compete with AJ, man. That would be a great rivalry there. So I agree with you on that prediction. That would be fun to see.
Yeah, and in my opinion, in like SmackDown talent and stuff, I think SmackDown has a low end of the stick as far as talent-wise goes, obviously. So I feel like bringing up Bobby Roode and the U.S. title is kind of like, I don't know, I like to see the U.S. title as like something that you can focus like rookies on and stuff if they're good enough and stuff. Like, I don't know. So I feel like that U.S. title rivalry and all with AJ and Bobby Roode, it would just be a good opportunity to get Bobby Roode in the ring and have the rivalry be good at the same time, because we all know how great AJ Styles is in ring and out.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby Roode, like you said, I've watched him before on Impact and TNA or whatever you want to call it, and he was good. He's good in the ring and out of the ring as well. So, both of those guys, they know what they're doing. So that could be a really good rivalry. I mean, for it to be a U.S. title.
Yeah, it could. So you guys heard it here first, Audio Talk Wrestling, dude. That is our prediction right there. So overall, the match was good. AJ is still the U.S. champion. We're moving on from that. Those two guys are gold. They kill it every match that they're in. I could watch AJ versus Kevin 5 more times. I don't care. The match is great. I don't care what people say. Those two work amazing together. The matches are amazing. Super talented. And we're moving in to the final 2 matches of the night, bro. And this next one, Shinsuke Nakamura versus the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. This is where the show kind of had a dull point for me, but I expected it going into it. Jinder Mahal doesn't have good matches. I don't expect anything more. Yep, this match was interesting, dude. Shinsuke is not our World Heavyweight Champion. Jinder Mahal won in predictable fashion with the Singh brothers blindsiding Shinsuke Nakamura, and Jinder Mahal retained his championship in this match. What were your thoughts on the match overall?
I mean, overall, not a good match. I mean, it was better than some matches, shark cage match, and
for real.
But I just agree with it, man. I just Jinder Mahal just doesn't really produce that good of matches. I just don't know why. I just don't know if it's like, him being with the Singh brothers and them causing more distractions that basically give him more wins, so to speak, or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but I just don't think, Jinder Mahal produces that good of matches. And for him to be a world championship or a world champion, you just got to have that ability to produce those matches. And he just doesn't get it done. And that's why I don't think Jinder Mahal deserves to be the title holder. And that's why I really thought Nakamura was going to win. And I was really disappointed when he did not.
Yeah, I was hoping Nakamura was going to win this too. I mean, everybody was. Did you hear that entrance, dude?
Yeah.
When Nakamura came out, bro, the crowd was into it, man. That was an energetic moment. The energy from the crowd was insane. You had the violin player coming out there, playing his theme song. Nakamura coming out there. Best theme song in the WWE. It is the best theme song in the WWE, hands down. The energy of the crowd was just electric. We got this garbage for the match, dude. It was pretty disappointing.
Speaking of the crowd, though, this crowd was incredible. I love this crowd in Brooklyn.
It really was, man.
Literally, I can't make this up. As you guys know, Jinder Mahal back in the day had a gimmick basically with Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre as known as the 3-man rock band. Guys, I can't even describe to you. I can't make this up. I'm describing to you. There was a 3MB chant going on in the crowd as Jinder Mahal was just standing outside of the ring. It was great. The crowd was so good. I loved it.
You gotta love smart crowds like that, dude. It's hilarious. My dream is to be a part of a extremely sarcastic crowd, just like that. So I can chant things like 3MB to Jinder Mahal. And the funny thing is every single person in that crowd chanting that probably thought that it was a joke. Oh, Jinder Mahal is about to lose, dude. Our man Shinsuke is gonna win. 3MB, 3MB. Man, were they in for a treat with that steaming pile of like cow dung, dude. Shinsuke takes the L. Man, I bet everyone in that crowd was pissed off. I mean, they were shocked, dude. It was funny. You could feel it.
Yeah, you could feel it. There was like camera angles going around the arena up close on like some people's faces, just shock and awe. Hands on their cheeks and stuff, just without anything to say, speechless.
Yeah. I was really hoping Nakamura was gonna walk out of there with the title, but he didn't. And that's fine. I will say that there's a silver lining in this. I think that as long as they continue to push Nakamura for the title, maybe it'll create a more organic storyline, because the whole Nakamura thing was kind of pushed out of nowhere again. Storylines popping up out of nowhere. The match against John Cena made no sense as far as like contendership. Before that match, Shinsuke had done absolutely nothing. He definitely has not won enough matches to be logically considered to be in contendership for the title. So maybe now that he's taken this L, he can continue feuding with Jinder, and he'll gain some momentum going into the next pay-per-view, and maybe that'll be his big dub. That's what I'm hoping for. So, just me trying to find one silver lining out of this match, which was pretty bad. So, anything else you want to say on this before we move on to our main event, monster main event of the night?
Yeah, keyword on monster. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say about the L that Nakamura took, unfortunately. But anyway, moving on to the Fatal 4-Way match. This was my match of the night.
Same. This was also my match of the night.
This had some of the biggest names in the industry. Obviously, this is for the Universal title, which Brock Lesnar holds. And see, now, it's interesting, because there has been this rumor that there's been this UFC guy. What was his name, bro?
John Jones. That's been kind of trash-talking Brock Lesnar, And there's this rumor that Brock Lesnar was going to drop WWE and then go train for UFC and to face John Jones. So basically indicating that Brock Lesnar was going to lose this title at SummerSlam. And then the big hint got dropped saying that by Paul Heyman, that if Brock Lesnar loses, he's leaving the company. So it was a really big question. So for me and you and a bunch of other people that kind of left, we have Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, and Roman Reigns in this match. That means one of these three guys are going to win this title. And you're big man, Samoa Joe. You love some Samoa Joe. Man, Samoa Joe, the best wrestler on Raw, dude. I'm telling you, love Joe.
And I do enjoy Joe. I think he is arguably the best on the show. But my favorite coming into it was Braun Strowman, and good Lord have mercy.
Man, he put a whooping on tonight, dude. You
Literally.
were a number one fan of Braun Strowman, and although Samoa Joe is my main guy still, I have also been converted to a Braun Strowman super fan. I loved what he did tonight, bro. I'll let you explain it, because he's your guy.
Alright, yeah, Braun Strowman is my guy. Basically, I don't know what more to describe this as, just pure and utter domination. This was Braun Strowman's match, and he proved it. He literally power slammed the champion, Brock Lesnar, through 2 announce tables. He did 2 running power slams to Brock through 2 of them, and he was just manhandling Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns at the same time. I remember he picked up steel steps and like he was at the announce tables outside the ring, and he like tossed them in the ring and like almost tossed them to the other side of the outside. Like, what is going on with his strength, dude?
Yeah.
Dude is crazy OP. He just manhandled everybody, and I was so happy to see that because they were taking out Brock Lesnar extremely quick. Like, Brock had to be like paramedics and doctors came out there and they had to take Brock out of the match on a stretcher, and you know, it's like that's the big thing, you know. Brock Lesnar is 100% losing the title, and then he comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, I was sitting there. I was kind of shocked when the paramedics came out. I was like, wait, are they taking him out of the match? I was like, okay, this is cool. Now we get to see the real match, the triple threat between the three guys that may or may not win the title. So that's what I was excited about. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Brock Lesnar gets hurt by Braun. He leaves the company due to injury. Braun gets a super big rub off of that, man. I wish they had done that, to be honest. Imagine how good that would have made Braun look. Which, by the way, he already looks good now. But if he was the man that, like, retired Brock out of wrestling for a while, that would have made Braun Strowman solidified in the main event picture. And man, dude, this match was complete chaos from the get-go. I mean, Roman Reigns spearing Brock through the barricade. You could hear the roars from the crowd, man. The announce table smashes. Braun throwing the third announce table on Brock Lesnar. Throwing the office chair again.
Yes, I was about to say, dude. I almost got the announcer's chair, dude. Took out Reigns and Joe, dude. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean,
two birds with one stone.
it was just so good. Unfortunately, Brock comes back down the ring, gets back into the match, and Roman Reigns starts winning. Hits about 17 Superman punches, which on its own is disgusting.
Good lord. Oh, God.
If I had $1 for every time Roman Reigns hit a Superman punch that match, I would literally be a millionaire. And that is ridiculous. I hate that. But I'm not going to rant too much about it. I'm going to keep my cool. Because I have to say this now. Brock Lesnar hit the F5 and pinned Roman Reigns for the championship.
Yes, he did indeed. And we, ladies and gentlemen, have been bamboozled by the company.
Yes, we have, dude. They got us, man. I really thought Brock was dropping that title, but nope. We get another month of Brock showing up to 2 Monday Night Raws, going up into the next pay-per-view, dude. I am so sick of Brock Lesnar being champion. I can't stand it. I don't want my champion to show up to 2 out of 4 Monday Night Raws. That is ridiculous. I want my champion to be there every week.
Yeah, but I was really expecting Samoa Joe to get that title because the guy's been killing it, dude. The guy's really been killing it as of late. And, you know, he cuts amazing promos, some of the best, you know, in the business. And as a competitor, you know, the guy's over, he's what, like 300 pounds, close to 300 pounds, something like that.
Yeah. And
he's doing suicide dives through the second rope and stuff. It's just like, the guy is so agile for his size, and he's just an amazing competitor, and he's been really killing it as of late, and I was really, really expecting him to get the title. Obviously, I was also rooting for my man Braun Strowman, because I wouldn't mind seeing that. But, you know, as of what I've seen last night, would it be to the point that it would be just overpowered if Braun Strowman was the Universal Champion? Because he manhandled Brock Lesnar like he was just some normal guy. And Brock Lesnar is the beast incarnate. He will take you to Suplex City. He could not do that to Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is a freak of nature, okay? Would that just be too much for a champion?
Yes. And yes and no. I'm glad you asked this because I have always said that Braun does not need the title to be relevant because that's how entertaining Braun Strowman is as a monster among men. To me, that is all Braun Strowman's character needs. He does things that other superstars don't in terms of raw strength. He's quick. He's brutal. He's entertaining. He's charismatic. He does not need a title to be relevant. Although, if you did put the title on him, I wouldn't have a problem seeing Braun Strowman have a main event title run for maybe 1 or 2 months just to solidify him as a main event guy. But he doesn't need the title to be relevant. So, yes and no. But mainly no.
I like that answer. I really like that answer. I agree with that. But anyway, going back to like the crowd and stuff, like the crowd was just truly amazing. But as most of you guys know, Roman Reigns, the guy has pretty much been buried. Oh my God, what a shocker. Not like in that way. It's just he's been buried to this point that he got shoved down all of our throats as that John Cena type character. And the day and age that we live in, we don't want that. Nobody wants that. And not only did they make him that way, they made him that way too fast. Like,
yeah.
That, like, homeboy has been in the business for 3 years. 3 years, and he's already won 2 Royal Rumbles. 2. John Cena came into this business in 2002, and he won his first Royal Rumble in 2008. That's 6 years, dude. And we got Roman Reigns winning